Okay, we've got our About Us page done. So now we want to go and just make a couple of tweaks and get things set up the way we want them. We want to make sure the widget is saved before we leave that. And then we're going to go over to the uh, menu, and since we have a actual page set up now, we don't need that sample in there anymore. We can add our About Us page. So you just check the box and click Add to Menu. We'll get rid of those samples that we put in there and save the menu. We can go back over to the website, the front, and see how that menu looks. And of course the menu will grow as we continue to add pages and add them to the menu. You can also add categories and links to the menu. Let's go over to the widget page, and I want to change that title so that it just stays on one line and keeps that lined up straight across there. The title I had in there before was a little long, and it was pushing the box down out of alignment with the other boxes. So we just make these little tweaks as we go through. Now we want to go and set up a contact page, and since this is covering information we've already seen in setting up the page, I'm just going to save that draft and fill that page in as we go. But to do the contact page, I want to install a new plugin. It's the Gravity Forms plugin, and it is a premium plugin. It's not free, so you'll have to go over to the Gravity Forms website and buy that. So I want to upload that plugin. I'm just going to find it here in my folder where I keep all my WordPress plugins and upload that Gravity Forms plugin to WordPress. Once it's uploaded, I'll click Activate and look at my active plugins, and you see there the message says that I need to register because this is a premium plugin. It requires a registration code from Gravity Forms to get all of the features working correctly. So I'm going to go to the settings page, and I need to put in that support license key, which you get from Gravity Forms when you buy the Gravity Forms plugin. So I'm just going to log into my account on Gravity Forms and grab that support activation key and plug that in right there. I want to adjust some of the settings here. It says output HTML5 there. HTML5 is the most up-to-date version of HTML, so I want it to use the advanced features of HTML5 output, so I'm going to set that and save those settings. And then just about any time you upload a plugin that you have downloaded on your computer, it's going to want to do updates, and I recommend that you always keep your plugins and your themes and WordPress itself updated. There's a lot of times they'll update it because of security features, and you want to keep those updated unless for some reason you're not sure that the updated version will work with the version of WordPress you're using, but that's very rarely the case. So I always update those things right away. You see there it puts a new Forms tab in your sidebar there, and we're just going to start making our new form. Give the form a title. And the description there, you can change that or leave it as it is. The advanced settings, I like to change submit to send so that it's more like sending an email. I think it makes the person more comfortable filling that out and sending it because it sounds like they're just sending an email. And you can change the confirmation message if you want to. Now that I've got that set the way I want it, I'm going to start plugging in some additional fields. A name field. Then we're going to put an email field in there. And the message field, or it's called paragraph text. The only difference between single line text and paragraph text is that it just gives you a larger box to put your information in. I'm going to make those required. There's a little button there to make them required, because I don't want people to send messages without having given me their name and their email. And I certainly don't want to get messages with no message in there. So I'm going to make those 3 fields required, and just change the label on the message field to message instead of untitled. So now I've got name, email, and message. I'm going to put a section break in there, which just kind of breaks up the formatting on the field, and I'm going to change the name of that section break to optional information to let the person filling out the form that the information below this line is optional. They can fill it in if they want to, but it's not required. So I'll just fill that label in there. And now I'm going to put some optional fields in there, an address field and a phone number field, and you can see, you can just drag and drop to arrange those and get them looking the way you want to. I'm going to preview the form. When you save the form, it's going to ask you if you want to preview it and give you some other options there. So we'll just preview the form, and now I want to go and change the notification settings. And what I'm doing there is I'm using the form fields to automatically fill in those settings, and we'll see how that works in just a minute. So the from name is name, the from email is the email that they put in, and the subject is the message they put in. So now I'm going to go back over, and you see when you install Gravity Forms, now you have this button above your content field where you can insert forms that you've made. So I'm going to insert the Jerseyville contact form, adjust the settings there, and it'll put in this short code, what's called a short code. I'm just going to put a message there above the short code, and now we're going to preview that page. And you see how it you can write as much or as little as you want above or below the form, and it's going to put that form in there in your page where the short code is. So if you had text above it and text below it, it would be there on the top and the bottom of the form. Makes it very easy to format. I'm just going to send a test message. I filled that in with just some test information to make sure that it's working right, and it sent me an email like it was supposed to. You see the from email address is correct. The information is all correct, so the form is working the way it's supposed to. So I'm just going to set a featured image on my contact page, and the difference between a featured image and inserting an image into your post is that the featured image, as you'll see here when we preview it, the featured image doesn't show in the post. But when you set a widget, as we're going to do to connect the contact page to the home page, that widget will display that featured image even though the image isn't on the page itself. So we're going to use that same featured page widget that we used to connect the About Us page. We're going to connect the Contact Us page, show the featured image, thumbnail. We're going to set the alignment to left, and that's what it's going to look like on the home page. We need to show the page content, 300 characters, and give it a link to continue to the page. And so there it is. There's our contact page set up with Gravity Forms connected to the home page, and the home page is fleshing out nicely, and we're progressing with our website. And that's where we'll pick up next time.